It was a routine flight. Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370, a Boeing 777, departed Kuala Lumpur International Airport on March 8, 2014. Its destination, Beijing, China. On board were 227 passengers and 12 crew members, a mix of nationalities and walks of life. Yet within hours, this routine flight would transform into an enigma, a mystery that would grip the world. Flight MH370 vanished, seemingly without a trace, leaving behind a void of unanswered questions. The disappearance of MH370 was not just another aviation incident, it was a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the limits of our understanding. The world watched in stunned silence as the search for the missing plane unfolded. But as days turned into weeks and weeks into months, the silence deepened, and the mystery only grew more profound. The early hours of March 8, 2014 unfolded like any other day at Kuala Lumpur International Airport. Passengers checked in, bid farewell to loved ones and boarded their flights. Among them were the 239 souls aboard Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370, preparing for their journey to Beijing. At 12:41 a.m. the Boeing 777, under the command of Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah, taxied to the runway and took off into the night sky. The initial leg of the flight proceeded without incident. MH370 climbed to its cruising altitude of 35,000 feet and maintained a steady course towards Vietnam. At 1:19 a.m., as the plane approached the boundary between Malaysian and Vietnamese airspace, air traffic control in Kuala Lumpur made contact with the cockpit. Malaysian 370, contact Ho Chi Minh 120.9. Good night, the controller instructed. Good night, Malaysian 370, came the calm and professional reply from the cockpit, the last known words spoken from the doomed flight. At 1:21 a.m., just minutes after the final voice transmission, MH370's transponder went silent. This, in itself, was not unheard of. Transponders can malfunction, and pilots may switch them off in certain situations. However, what happened next was far more unusual. Instead of continuing on its planned route towards Beijing, MH370 deviated sharply from its course, turning west and disappearing from Malaysian military radar screens at 2:22 a.m. The initial response to MH370's disappearance was one of confusion and disbelief. Air traffic controllers in both Malaysia and Vietnam scrambled to establish contact with the missing plane, their calls met with an eerie silence. As the minutes turned into hours, a massive search and rescue operation was launched, involving dozens of ships and aircraft from multiple countries. The initial focus of the search was the South China Sea, the area where MH370 was last seen on radar. Search teams scoured the vast expanse of water, hoping to find any sign of the missing plane or its passengers. However, as days turned into weeks, and the search of the South China Sea yielded no results, the mystery of MH370 only deepened. The lack of any debris, wreckage, or distress signals baffled investigators. The search area was expanded, encompassing vast swaths of the Gulf of Thailand and the Andaman Sea, but still, there was no trace of MH370. The disappearance of MH370 sparked a wave of speculation and theories, each attempting to provide an explanation for the seemingly inexplicable. Experts and armchair detectives alike grappled with the limited evidence, proposing scenarios ranging from the plausible to the outlandish. One of the most widely discussed theories centered on the possibility of a catastrophic mechanical failure. Another line of inquiry focused on the actions of the pilots, Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah and First Officer Fariq Abdul Hamid. While there was no evidence to suggest foul play, the deliberate nature of the plane's course change raised questions about the possibility of pilot suicide or hijacking. Other theories explored more unconventional explanations, ranging from remote hacking of the plane's systems to the involvement of terrorist groups. As the search for MH370 dragged on, whispers of alternative explanations began to circulate. The world in 2014 was a tinderbox of geopolitical tensions, with conflicts raging in Syria, Ukraine, and elsewhere. The possibility that MH370's disappearance was somehow linked to these broader geopolitical currents proved irresistible to some. Rumors spread like wildfire on social media, fueled by speculation and conjecture. One persistent theory centered around the Syrian civil war, suggesting the plane may have been hijacked and flown to a secret location in the Middle East. Others pointed to the presence of two Iranian nationals traveling on stolen passports, suggesting a possible link to terrorism. However, no credible evidence emerged to support these claims, and investigators largely dismissed them as unfounded speculation. The search for MH370 was one of the most extensive and expensive in aviation history, spanning thousands of square miles of ocean and involving the collaboration of multiple countries. Despite the immense challenges, there were moments of hope, fleeting glimpses of progress that offered tantalizing clues but ultimately failed to provide a definitive answer to the mystery. One such moment came in July 2015, when a piece of debris, later confirmed to be a flaperon from MH370, washed ashore on the island of Reunion. The discovery provided the first tangible evidence that the plane had indeed crashed in the southern Indian Ocean. Over the following months and years, more pieces of debris, including parts of the wing, the interior cabin, and personal belongings of passengers, were found scattered along the coastlines of various countries in the western Indian Ocean. These discoveries provided further confirmation of the plane's fate and helped to narrow down the search area. In 2016, a private company, Ocean Infinity, was contracted to continue the search using advanced underwater sonar technology. While Ocean Infinity's search did not locate the main wreckage of MH370, it yielded valuable data about the ocean floor in the search area. The disappearance of MH370 transcended the realm of a simple aviation incident, evolving into a global phenomenon that captivated the world's attention. The mystery of the missing plane tapped into something profound in the human psyche, a primal fear of the unknown and an insatiable curiosity about events that defy explanation. The lack of a definitive answer, the absence of closure, only served to fuel speculation and keep the story alive in the public imagination. The media played a significant role in shaping the narrative surrounding MH370, providing a constant stream of updates, analysis, and speculation. Documentaries, podcasts, and books delved into the mystery, offering different perspectives and interpretations of the limited available information. The public, too, played an active role in keeping the story alive, engaging in online forums, sharing theories, and scrutinizing every detail of the investigation. The enduring allure of MH370's mystery lay in its ability to tap into our deepest fears and anxieties, our fascination with the unexplained, and our need to make sense of a world that can sometimes seem random and chaotic. The disappearance of MH370 exposed vulnerabilities in global aviation safety protocols, prompting a reassessment of existing systems and a push for improvements to prevent similar tragedies from occurring in the future. One of the most significant changes involved the implementation of real-time tracking of aircraft. Prior to MH370, aircraft were typically tracked by radar, which has limited range over oceans. The MH370 incident highlighted the need for continuous tracking, leading to the adoption of new technologies that utilize satellite communication to monitor aircraft position and altitude in real time. Another area of improvement focused on enhancing the durability and retrievability of flight data recorders, commonly known as black boxes. The search for MH370's black boxes, which could have provided crucial insights into the plane's final moments, proved challenging due to their limited battery life and the vastness of the search area. In response, aviation authorities explored new technologies, such as deployable recorders that eject from the aircraft upon impact and transmit data via satellite. Years after its disappearance, the mystery of MH370 continues to haunt us, a chilling reminder of the enduring power of the unknown. Despite extensive search efforts, countless hours of investigation, and the tireless dedication of experts and volunteers alike, the truth of what happened on that fateful night remains elusive. The absence of a definitive answer has left a void, a space filled with speculation, conjecture, and a profound sense of loss. The various theories proposed over the years, each with its own set of strengths and weaknesses, have failed to provide a conclusive explanation for the plane's disappearance. The lack of a definitive answer has only served to fuel the public's fascination with the case, ensuring that the story of MH370 continues to be told and retold. The families of the passengers and crew of MH370 have endured an unimaginable ordeal, their grief compounded by the lack of closure. The search for MH370 may have officially ended, but the quest for answers, for understanding, for some semblance of closure continues.